one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, hold! From the right, column right forward, hold!
Every year. Bobby's a bit humble when he said he was at the National Memorial Service. He also was graduated on Saturday with his bachelor's degree. So I believe in full disclosure, as the senator and the delegates know I'm always fighting for that. So, you know, I'm petrified at the moment. I have a tremendous fear of height and an even worse fear of steps. So that's why you saw me up here first, because I didn't want you to see me. I can go up them much better than I can come down them. So it's easier to come next and go that way. I can't look down. Like Bobby said, every year on April 28th, thousands and thousands of workers and their unions gather together across the country and across the world, indeed, to celebrate and honor Workers' Memorial Day. And seeing that the promise that was made 43 years ago for safe jobs is fulfilled in 2014 and beyond. This year we continue to create good jobs in this country as well as in Maryland that are safe and healthy and pay a living wage and a family wage. And we ensure that workers have the freedom to join unions so that they can speak out and bargain collectively with respect for a better future. It's time for our country to fulfill its promise that it made for safe jobs for all. And you know, this is very close, and this is just a quick picture of the deaths that we have had of workers in Maryland over the last several months. A week ago in Harford County, a communication worker belonging to CWA was killed in the early morning as he was driving the boom truck on a very small road in Harford County going to a job up near Conowingo Dam. A postal worker from Nell, the letter carriers, was shot while delivering the mail in the fall. And they had warned that it was dangerous to keep delivering the mail after dark, but they were finishing out their route. A 21-year-old man died when he fell off a water tower where he was up there fixing a communication tower. A construction employee was killed just recently because the earth collapsed under him when they were building a dredge for a sewer connection for a new development. You all know the 50,000-pound concrete slab that slipped and killed a worker and injured another in Montgomery County at a parking garage. And 5 highway workers have died on Maryland roads, have been killed, hit while working on the roads, and one of those being an AFSCME member. And those are just a handful of what makes the paper. That's not all of the deaths caused by workplace injury in Maryland. And then there are the thousands of threats that go on, and we have that right here in Cumberland, We had 15 correctional officers at North Branch and Western Correctional Institution assaulted, one stabbed 5 times, very seriously injured. And just a block away at the Department of Social Services, we had a very credible threat of a bomb scare, and specific workers were threatened. And when the police went to that person's home, they found an arsenal, quite capable of carrying out all of those threats. So each day in this country, on average, 13 workers die because of job injuries. Women and men who go to work and never come back to see their family and their friends. This does not include those workers who die from occupational diseases, estimated to be 50,000 each year, on average 137 deaths each day. This is also believed to be woefully underreported. Studies that have been conducted at the national level are showing that it's as high as 50 to 75% underreported in workplace injuries. Workers just don't want to go through the hassle of reporting, or employers make rewards for not having workplace injuries or reports. And they don't want to be the one to cause a problem for their other workers, and often are threatened with retaliation in Western Maryland. And I respect them, and they respect our unions, and I appreciate them for that. We were able this year, we passed a bill, Senate Bill 483. It had a metamorphosis. It was called the Workplace Safety Act. The nursing homes had a problem with that. So it now is called, and I have to read it, even though I am your labor lobbyist, I have to read this title. Nursing Homes and Healthcare Facilities Workplace Safety Assessment and Safety Programs. And what it does is actually it requires all nursing homes with 45 beds or more to assign to an appropriate committee. They were very concerned that we would include workers in that committee. So it's an appropriate committee to assess on an annual basis the possibility of injury and workplace injuries and safety and health issues. And that report will be kept there at the nursing facility. Also, all other health facilities will have a committee with workers on it to address the issues of healthcare and safety in Maryland. That's a very important step forward. And it's shameful that we have to put it in law in 2014 that you must assess your safety and health conditions, but we did. We also passed House Bill 951, which established, well, let me give you that title. It requires the Department of Licensing and Regulation to convene a work group that will analyze the potential effects of specified public work contracts, and it will study the effectiveness of requiring occupational self and safety and health pre-qualification on bidders in Maryland. That is a good step forward. People should not be getting tax dollars if they don't have a good safety and health track record. And thirdly, we passed a debarment bill, Senate Bill 699 and House Bill 796, which actually strengthens the ability of the state to debar contractors who have violated any tax laws and who have violated worker laws that include failure to pay state prevailing living and minimum wages under the state law, and violating state workplace safety laws, and failing to pay equal wages for equal work. These are really good steps forward that the legislators, and I appreciate their work on these, that have moved us forward. And we will continue our campaign to strengthen worker protections. We started this a couple years ago. This year we finally have more inspectors in prevailing wage, but we are woefully short when it comes to inspectors for health and safety. Most, Maryland's occupational safety and health, only has 54 inspectors for every workplace in Maryland. That it is impossible for them to be vigilant with that. What needs to be done? Very simply, workers need more job safety and health protection. Enforcement must be ramped up, particularly for employers who have consistently violated the law. Enforcement has to be ramped up on retaliation laws, and we need to update a law that was passed 43 years ago. We must face the fact that the nation must recommit to making sure that workers have safe working conditions and healthy working conditions when they come to work. We must move forward on this. We cannot go back. And it is important for everyone in this room, labor, public, legislators, public officials that have control of the public policy. It is not wrong to make sure that workers are safe on the job and that they have recourse if they are not protected on the job. That is so important, and that's what we must use today for, is to go forward. It's like Mother Jones said, and the plaque says, mourn for the dead, but fight like hell for the living. And the fight is on. The fight is on to take out unions, to take away the one voice that's collectively fighting for all workers, not just our members. That fight is going on today in every state, every town, and we must make sure that we do not let them take away right to form a union, to have a voice, to have protections, and to speak as one on the workplace floor. With that, sisters and brothers, celebrate today. Recommit yourself today. This is our country, it's our labor movement, and it's our fight. God bless you all.
Can't cut. Freeze that. Hold. Order.